Everybody, what's up? I know that you saw the thumbnail, and this isn't clickbait. I'm actually going to show you how to reduce your errors in the Armory 3D build by 90%, because 90% of these errors, well, in my situation, in my experience, are linked to bad shaders that aren't supported with Armory 3D. For example, I have my default cube here. I'm going to go to look dev mode and select a material that I've made. And as you can see, it's a very cool looking material, and I'm actually going to add it to a circle because I think it will look better. Shade smooth and apply the material. As you can see, it's looking pretty damn good and I like it a lot. And yeah, it's a very sci-fi looking material, and it's really awesome. The only trouble is Armory 3D does not support this, because if you try to play it, then you get a bunch of build errors because it's unsupported. So how do we go around this? Well, 3D engines use image textures, and you might think, oh, well, that's rubbish then. You can't use Armory 3D Armory nodes to make textures like this, and that's pretty bad. You have to find images online. Well, no, you can convert this into an image, not by rendering it out, but by actually converting the UV maps, baking an image on. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to bake an image on. So for this you have to have it UV unwrapped. So let's go to our UV workspace. As you can see, it's pre-unwrapped, so that's no problem. If it wasn't, then you would obviously unwrap it. You probably know how to do that. And now we need to apply the texture to the UV map. So let's change this to a shader editor. We can go down here and find a clean space where we're going to set up a Shift A S UV UV map. Select the UV map which is just created here. It's called UV map. We selected it, and now we can go Shift A S image texture. Plug the UV into the vector, and we create a new image. Now this is going to be our canvas. This is what we're going to use as a base to paint on our node-based texture. Now that we've created a new image, we can rename it to, for example, texture. Why not? Texture 4. And we need to select it. Now let's switch over to cycles, because it only works with cycles. You won't be able to convert it if you're not in cycles. And we can go down to the bake category. And what this is going to do is it's going to bake the UVs, the node texture, to the UVs. And you just have to make sure your texture image node here is selected, and you can press bake. And as you can see down here, it is baking the texture onto the UV coordinates. Now this is the perfect time to take a little moment and tell you about today's sponsor. Only kidding. No, I'm going to tell you about this new course I'm working on. It's called Armory 3D Full Tutorial Series. That's not what it's called, I just made it up. And it's what's in the name really. It's a full tutorial series about Armory 3D, making a mobile game from A to Z, going for all the different steps, including physics, development, coding, node-based scripting, hacks. I'm going to give you a step-by-step tutorial on how to go through everything from modeling to coding to exporting to hosting to publishing, everything. I'm going to do a full guide of how to make an entire game in Armory 3D. But for that I need to have at least 50 subscribers, so I know I'm not wasting my time. So as soon as I get 50 subscribers, I will start making it. So, you know, share this video to everybody who thinks who would be interested in this. And yes, thank you very much for liking, subscribing, and especially comment down below what you want to see in the video, because I'm still hesitating. I know it's going to be a series about how to make a video game for mobile, but I'm not sure of the theme yet, so go help me out. And as you can see right now, it is saved to our UV editing workspace here. As you can see, it's baked on our texture onto our UV map, and we can save the image here and save it to a directory that you would want. Now this is pretty cool, but right now it's still using our node-based texture, and we don't want that, so we can delete our node base texture, and that's got nothing, and we can create a new, select diffuse BSDF, select this dot here and press image texture. Let's select the image texture 4 that we created, texture 4, and as you can see it's the exact same thing as previously. It's the texture that's baked on. That's really cool. Now obviously we still have here our light. If we move it away or even delete it, then you can still see that our light has been baked on here. Now this is an error not to do. For example, since it's in the cycles, there's no bloom, and since it's in cycles, well, not since it's in cycles, because the reflection of the light is visible on the object when we baked it, it actually baked in the texture of the light. Now this may be something that you do want, but it might not be something you do want either. It might not be something that you want. For example, I wasn't intending it to happen, I just forgot to delete the light. And to have bloom and things like that enabled, you can set this object to an emission. For example, if you go down to your texture coordinates, to your, hang on, I'm lost, yeah, here. You can set it to emission, and you can emit the hell out of it. Although, yeah. Bloom, that's what I was missing. So I'm going to switch back to Eevee. I was about to say something was off. There we go, that's better. Now we can see what we're doing. There we go. If you do want the emission, you can still add the emission by adding an emission texture with the image already still applied, and it will look pretty good. Now if you want to know how to get the bloom inside your Armory 3D game, because if you play it now, it will play the file, but you will have no bloom, you can check out another tutorial that I did to add bloom to your Armory 3D game. There'll be a link in the description, and there should be a pop-up at the end of the video, which is now. So thank you very much for watching, and enjoy. Hopefully this helps you out. Thank you again. Goodbye.